Jason is streaming on YouTube, right? It is.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, so it is now 6 o'clock, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So first, I want to say welcome to Stepping into Financial Literacy. I am super excited about this. But before I begin, I want to extend my greatest gratitude to AMA, the African American Mayors Association, and the Suchi Charitable
Jason is streaming on YouTube, right?
the Charitable Foundation for their partnership and collaboration.
Yes,
Together,
ma'am.
we are creating the
Okay,
kind of
so
opportunities that strengthen families, empower communities, and prepare the next generation to thrive. Financial literacy is not just a skill, it is a form of freedom, especially in communities like Broadview. When our residents understand how money works, how wealth is built, and how financial systems operate, they gain the power to make informed decisions that impact their homes, their futures, and their legacy. Here in Broadview, we believe in creating pathways for people to live well, retire well. That's what I want to do, and dream boldly. Financial literacy does this by building generational wealth, not generational struggle, equipping families to manage debt, credit, and savings wisely, helping residents to navigate major decisions, life decisions, buying a home, starting a business, investing, and planning for retirement, strengthening our entire community because financial secure households creates a financial strong Broadview, and we are Broadview strong. When we remove the barriers to knowledge, we remove barriers to opportunity. And tonight, we take another step toward a healthier, more empowered, and more financially confident community. Thank you again to Alma and Suchi for believing in Broadview, and thank you for being here, ready to learn, grow, and take control of your financial future. Let's get started. So before I get started, I want to introduce you to Bevan Joseph from Satucci Charitable Foundation, a true leader in financial empowerment and one of our strongest partners in this work. Bevan here is here today to walk us through financial literacy tools and resources that will now be available to every resident in the Village of Broadview on our website under latest news titled Stepping into Financial Freedom. These tools are designed with you in mind, practical, easy to use, and focus on building real financial strength in our community, from budgeting and savings to creating credit building, investing, and long term planning. Belvin will help us understand how to access these resources and how to apply them to our everyday lives. This partnership with Suchi is about more than information, it's about empowerment. It's about giving Broadview families the knowledge and confidence they need to create stability, build wealth, and to secure a brighter future. Please join me in welcoming Bevan Joseph, who will guide us through the next steps on our journey toward financial freedom.
Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate you having us, and thanks for your partnership together with Armor as well too. So before I start, just a little bit about Suchi. Suchi is a financial technology company that focuses on helping families build long-term generational wealth through education, savings, and financial literacy. The company, we create easy-to-use financial intelligence platform like the one you'll see today, and we have a mobile app as well that goes with that. But we really, our goal is to help parents open and fund 529 plans, college savings accounts, making higher education more affordable and reducing student debt. The Suchi Charitable Foundation side of things, we work alongside mayors, school districts, community partners across the country to expand access to financial literacy and college savings programs, like I said. And our mission is really to close the wealth gap by helping families understand money, build financial confidence, and invest in their futures. So I will share my screen here and we can get started. So let's go. Okay, you're able to see my screen there, Mayor? Okay, good. So when the mayor's office sends out communications or puts this on their website, there'll be a link. When you click on that link, this is what you'll see. So this is where you'll land. Again, the whole vision here is to build wealth and financial confidence for communities. The mayor is one of 5 or 6 mayors who are currently in this program as well. So we're doing this across other cities as well too across the country. So you get a link, you click on that link, it brings you to this page. And what you'll see here is just general information about what the program is, how it works. Again, a 6-week program designed to help you create generational wealth, give you that foundational financial literacy and stuff like that. These are the cities that are participating. So, we want to understand the journey of the folks who are on the platform. So we want to, first of all, you choose your city, in this case, Broadview, and age range. right? This is all the information we are collecting. You don't need to install anything. This shows up on your phone as a mobile app. It's very mobile friendly. So your folks don't need to install anything, download anything. It works, it shows up on your Android device, on your Apple device, on your iPad, on your laptop, the same way. It's very, very user friendly. So folks have to do this first here, select these two options here. These are the modules that we created. If you notice, it's all grayed out. The reason for that is we want folks to do this first because we want to collect that information. We want to know who's on the platform, like who's taking the courses and stuff like that. So for the purposes of this demo, I'm in Broadview. Select the age range here, and now once I click on this button, start my financial journey. Now all this stuff is clickable, right? So you'll see all the 6 modules pretty much active now. And this is some information specific just to Broadview here, right? So um, complete your first 3 modules and you receive a free book at Village Hall as what as I know. And then in January, there's a event, I believe, a ceremony that you guys might have. Um, so I'm in Chicago. I might join you guys in January as well. So, but it's good to have folks kind of go through the process and again, know that they're getting something out of it as well too, the knowledge, but also the recognition. That's super important. So here you can see week 1 all the way through 6. Folks can jump around here and start wherever they feel they need to start. Some folks want to get into debt and credit right away. Some folks want to talk about basics of investing, college savings, generational wealth, family building, stuff like that, or budgeting. So we can start here on module 1 just to show you what this looks like. So you click on module 1 here. Again, we want to collect some information about the journey and what's sticking as far as the knowledge is concerned. So you'll come here and there's a pre-module confidence assessment that you'll do. 3 simple questions. For example, how confident are you in creating and maintaining a monthly budget? Right? I'll say not confident at all. Next question. How comfortable are you with tracking your income and expenses? Say uncomfortable. Next question. How prepared do you feel to handle a financial emergency? Somewhat prepared. And that's it. Every module you start, you click on to start, you'll always have these 3 questions. Again, we want to gauge where you're starting and where you're ending up and making sure that you're gaining something from the experience. So again, this is just an example of like what this module would start with, understanding your income and expenses. And I've been doing this for 10 years, working with parents, teachers, students, and I always try to make this as interactive as possible. So folks, I know folks are busy, they got, kids, they got families, they got lives, they got work. We don't want to have you sit down and take like a 3-hour course. That's not the goal. The goal is to make this very, again, mobile friendly. You can take it on the go. You can start, you can stop. But it's also very interactive in the sense that you'll always see, like, if you click on these buttons that says start exercise here, you'll always get like these interactive kind of sessions, these interactive pop-up windows. So here we want to give you an example, right? You can try this with your own information. Again, we don't save any information as far as if you put your real credit score in here or your how much your income is. We're not saving that information at all. But for the purposes of this demo, let's say my monthly wages are $5,000. I have a side hustle that I'm doing, making $1,000 there, other income 200. What this does here is really breaks it down weekly, monthly, yearly. Again, this is your foundation for budgeting. First, you need to know how much money you're making before you can start building a budget. So this is why we put these numbers in here. Again, you can adjust these up and down as you see fit here, right? And what it'll do is again give you a foundation of like what that looks like yearly, etc. So that's just your foundation, where you're starting, how much money you make weekly, monthly, yearly. Once you click start this lesson, it takes you to part 1, which is understanding your income and expenses. And again, this is to give you a clear picture of your money flow, whether you're paid monthly, bi-weekly, etc. And again, the interactive exercises are always there to kind of show you exactly what that looks like in real life, so to speak. So if we go on to start the smart budgeting method, here again, you'll see these little tips in here everywhere. We'll talk about the 50, 30, 20 budgeting rule. And some cities, for example, are partnering with local financial institutions that might come in and do something in person. So the folks who are coming in can speak towards this stuff as well if you do anything in person. But again, for the most part, this is very virtual and mobile friendly. But again, all these are just simple foundational financial literacy stuff that we want folks to understand. 50% for needs, 30% for wants, 20% for savings or debt repayment. And again, the key takeaway here is a budget isn't about a restriction. It's really about giving every dollar a purpose and making your money work for your goals and for your daily kind of life, etc. And again, you'll see an interactive exercise here. You click on this button, monthly income, 5,000, whatever number you put in there is going to automatically create the needs, the wants, and the savings for you. So you'll see 50% goes towards rent, utilities, etc. 30% goes towards wants, and you could adjust this up and down as well, right? You could change this number if you want to, right? And again, it'll show you what your budget status is here at the bottom, right? Of given what your income is, etc. So, and I know we wanted folks to be able to print this stuff as well if they wanted to like bring it in, etc. Or just have for their own, right? So you can save it as a PDF or you could print it as well too and have it at home, etc. But again, even after this program is ended, folks will have access to this stuff, so they can always go back and use it again to calculate real numbers, etc. And again, if we go over here to like making your budget stick, etc., you'll have another exercise. Again, just a checklist that we want folks to go through and understand. And this is all based on what they've seen prior. Um, I do want to show you guys up here. There's a menu called Tools. So these here are just the same interactive exercises, but they're kind of like separate here. So if you want to learn about financial goal setting, you can use this tool here, right? And again, you plug these numbers in. So your safety net, your goal here is like say $5,000, right? You can put a description in here if you want to, category for education, priority, etc. Current goal, say so you got $300, target 5,000 monthly, 400. So what it does as you fill these out, it actually is mapping this entire kind of goal setting worksheet out for you. And you put today's data in, for example, right? And you can keep adding goals here more and more. That's like this is for education, the other one's for vacation, right? Safety net, savings fund, whatever, you name it. And these are again what we use the SMART goals framework here: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound, right? And it shows you right here 12 months to reach your goal. And it shows you your progress as well too. So you had 300 of 5,000. And again, you can just keep adding more and more goals here, and give it priorities, etc. Again, we just find that when folks have a target to hit, it makes it easier to chase that goal down and make that work. So again, the tools menu, you can access and go into college savings, for example. This is kind of what Suchi specializes in, college savings, right? So example, you have a 2-year-old, they want to go to a public in-state college or private, etc., or community college. You have, let's say, $4,000 saved now. You're putting in $400 a month. This is the expected annual average return. But this is what it does here, right? A lot of people don't know how much money, well, most people don't know what college is going to cost in 16 years, right? That's a long way away, but the average cost of tuition continues to rise, right? 6, 7% a year is very expensive. This tool allows you to like project out what college is, 4 years of college is going to cost in 18 years, $200,000. That's a big number, right? So what it's showing you based on these numbers is how are you going to fully fund that? This is what's going to cost to fully fund that a month per month. And at the bottom here, it shows you $25, 50, 100, 200. Again, giving you some kind of like vision into the future, right? So if you get a new job, you're making more money, you can come and plug those numbers in and get an idea of like what the future cost of college is going to look like. And if you click on strategy, these are all just tips that we provide here. Again, smart start strategy. You can start with $25, $50 a month and just increase it as you need to or you can. Again, 529 plans. We're happy to talk about that all day long. But again, these are just ways to prepay for college as well too. Um, and again, at the bottom, we always want to give you some kind of insight into how you're saving, if you're going to be hitting your target, if you need to adjust numbers. And again, you can keep playing around with the stuff here. And again, private college versus community college, etc. Um, one city was very focused on trades as well too, so we can even add some stuff there as well too. But again, these tools are all available at any time. And if we go to debt payoff, this is a very popular one, folks with credit card debt, for example. You can name these, right? So let's say this is my Amex. I have a balance of 2,500. I'm making a minimum payment of 150. The interest rate these days is super high. Let's say it's 25%, right? And you can just keep adding, right? So let's say this is my Capital One card, $3,000. Making a $200 payment. Same thing, this is 27%. Right. So what it's doing over here is we talk about the debt snowball and debt avalanche. These are just two methods to pay off credit card debt. And here, if you want more information, a lot of people might not be familiar with this, but we put the information in here. They'll tell you like you pay the minimums on all debt and then put extra money towards the debt with the highest interest rate, right? So you can pay that off faster and then move on to the next one. The snowball is pay the minimum on all debts and then put extra money towards the smallest balance first. So again, this just gives you, hey, in 20 months I'll be done with this, etc. So this is just some examples, and you can just keep adding more. How many? Whether it's a personal loan, student loan, whatever it is, you can just keep doing all that, and then at the bottom here it also gives you how much money per month you're spending on all this total debt altogether. So again, that's all under the tools option here. And again, when you finish or complete three of these modules, you'll get a kind of congratulations screen will show up. You'll get a certificate that you can print. And I think the mayor's office wants you guys to bring that in if you're gonna do for the book stuff and all that as well too. So once you're done with three of them completely, that'll automatically pop up and you can download that and print it or email it to someone, etc. So um, but yeah, this is again it's pretty straightforward. Like I said, just start wherever you feel you need the most help there, and and then at the bottom here, these are just the mayors that are participating. More information about the program as well too, and then within these modules, there's options to leave comments. We'd love for you to do that as well too. So just let us know like was this useful? It's called reflections. You'll see them in there, but that's just for the mayor's office and Armor as well to know, is this actually working? Do you have feedback for us? There's a help option up here. Always, if you need help, you can always reach out to us here. They'll come directly to me, and we can address any issues, whether that's technical issues, etc. Um, and again, if you go to About Us, a little about Suchi and Armor, the partnership, what we're doing with the cities, etc. Again, we're just here to help. This is a free tool that we provide to all these cities. And you guys are feel free to send us any questions, feedback. We love to get that information in there. And then again, continue to come back and practice as much as you want to. These are all tools that are meant to just help folks make it easy. To find information and resources. This is something that we created to compare banks, for example, if your based on your monthly balance, etc. So it just compares banks with you know um, annual percentage rates, etc. The ATM fees is your annual cost. Just want to bring as much information as possible to folks in the easy to understand kind of way. So that's everything I have, Mayor. I think again pretty straightforward, but happy to answer any questions as well.
Thank you, Bevan. I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
So when you start like with the different modules, there's 6 modules. So in order to get the certification, you got to complete all 6 modules. Is that correct, or is it each certification after each module completed?
No, I think so. According to your office, they wanted three modules to be completed for the certificate. They will be rewarded. Of course, we want everybody to finish all six, of course, but I think three was the number that I was given. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And the reason why I asked that is because like I no longer need the college savings plan, but I may
Right.
need the other because I got adult children that's graduated from college already. So
Mm-hmm.
that would probably be a module that probably most people would skip over if they don't have small children.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So definitely
All right.
they don't need to do all six. Yeah.
Okay, well, we're ready to get started. Thank you for your time.
Of course.
I don't know if there's any other questions from anyone from online or the YouTube channel. Can someone check and let us know? Because we are taking questions right now before we close out. And we just wanted to introduce the modules to the community so that you can see how user-friendly this really is and to give you some confidence on navigating through this. The only thing you have to do, and I didn't know about the mobile app. So I think that's very helpful to get through this, to be able to put these criteria in place, especially if you're doing debt and putting all your creditors in place and stuff like that. So I encourage everyone to get that into play. If you're looking to become a homeowner and you got to look at your credit scores and stuff like that, this is the perfect model to do all of that, understanding credit and debt so that you can be better in a position for applying for credit for a mortgage. So I'm really excited about that tool that I see. So as we close out today's session, remember this: you have tools right at your fingertips to help you successfully complete the first 3 modules of your financial journey. Use them, explore them, and let them guide you as you build confidence and clarity around your finances. We are here to help you navigate to get to the solutions that you need that's best for you and your family as you go on this journey. Be sure to look for your free book, but you got to complete the first 3 modules to even get the book. And I promise you, every tool that we have to give away has been a free part of this free program. So we want to thank AMA, the African Americans Mayors Association, and Suchi Bevan for your contribution, because without the grant we probably wouldn't even be able to really pull this off to give the tools and the resources. So I'm grateful for that. And when you've completed all 3 modules, we invite you to come celebrate with us, because I want to make this a big celebration for Broadview, because once you start getting some information and you get the resources that make you feel confident in making better financial decisions, we want to celebrate you and what that look like. We don't want to be in your business. We're not going to keep track of all the stuff that you put in. It's whatever you put in. It's a confidential, secure site. But we want you to feel confident that you have something that you can use that's going to track for you. And I think that's where a lot of us get kind of that roadblock when we start navigating through the different challenges that we have. But we want to celebrate stepping into financial freedom, because we are going into 2026. Our mindsets are very different on how we look at the future for the village of Broadview and what that looks like for you all. We got a lot of things on the horizon as it get closer to financial freedom and what that looks like for us. So we want to honor your growth, your discipline, and your commitment to taking control of your financial future. It's a big deal, and I want you all to know how much of a big deal it is, because once you start having that little bit of success, you're going to feel like you can conquer a whole bunch of things just to have that freedom. Your journey has already begun, because we have Suchi and the African American Mayors Association cheering us on here in Broadview. I want you to stay focused, stay encouraged, and keep stepping forward in freedom. So thank you all for participating tonight. If you have any questions, this link and this website will be on our website, so it's accessible. It'll be on our website. This YouTube channel will never go away, so if you need a tutorial, you'll be able to go back and visit what Bevan went through with us tonight and ask any questions. But most certainly, you can always call us here at the Village of Broadview, 708-681-3600, or our website is www.broadview-il.gov. We are excited about your freedom to become free and out of bondage, because we are creating generational wealth. We are creating more mortgages, and we do not want to have generational struggle. It's time to break the chain. So let's do it together, Broadview. I'm with you. Have a good night, and God bless you all, and we'll see you on the journey. So stay tuned for the next steps. Thank you.
Thanks, Mary. Have a good one.
All right. Thank you all.